Droops in shoes. Once upon a time, there was a miller, who had 3 sons. When the miller died, he left the mill to his eldest son and a donkey to his second son. They were able to set to work straight away. But all that was left for the youngest son was his dog. "Poor Droops," said the miller's son. "How shall we manage?" "Don't worry," said Droops. "Give me a pair of shoes and a bag, and we will do very well together." When the miller's son brought the things that the dog wanted, Droops got ready. He put on his shoes and left the bag filled with lettuce leaves in a field. Very soon, the rabbit came to feed, nibbling the lettuce. Quick as a flash, Droops caught the rabbit in his bag and carried it to the king's palace. "Your Majesty," said Droops, "please accept this fine rabbit as a present from my master, for Marcus and Caracas." "I've never heard of him," said the king. "But you deserve a treat from the kitchen." The next day, Droops heard that the king and his daughter would be driving at the river. "Master," he said, "do what I say, and we shall be rich. You must take off your clothes and swim in the river. You must believe that your name is for Marcus and Caracas." "I've never heard of him," said the miller's son. "I'll do as you say, Droops." Before long, the king drove past with his daughter, the princess. He was pleased to see Droops again. "Your Majesty," said Droops, bowing low, "a terrible thing has happened. My master, for Marcus and Caracas, were swimming in the river when the thieves came and stole all our clothes." "How dreadful!" exclaimed the king and the princess together. The king sent off to the palace at once for some clothes. When the miller's son put them on, he looked very handsome. "Please come and ride in our carriage," said the king. "May I present my daughter?" Droops ran quickly on ahead. When he saw some men making hay in the field, he shouted to them, "The king is coming. If he asks, you must say that this land belongs to the Marcus and Caracas." "We've never heard of him," said the haymakers. "But we'll do as you say." Soon, the king drove past in his carriage with the princess and the miller's son. "Tell me, my man," said the king to a haymaker, "whose land is this?" "It belongs to the Marcus and Caracas, your Majesty," said the man. Replied at once. Meanwhile, Droops found out that the land was really owned by a steep ugly ogre, who lived in a huge castle nearby. Droops quickly made his way to the castle and knocked on the door. "Sir, is it true that you are a very good magician?" he asked to Ogre. The ogre liked to show off, replied, "Yes. It's true. I can even turn myself into a lion." Quick as a flash, the ogre became a lion. Droops was so startled that he scrambled to the top of a chest drawers to hide. When the ogre had changed himself back again, Droops jumped out in down. "Turning into a lion must be easy for someone as big and strong as you," he said. "But, can you turn yourself into something tiny, like a mouse?" "Of course, I can," roared the ogre. "Just watch." In the blink of an eye, the ogre became a little mouse scurrying across the floor. Droops chased, instantly pounced on him, and ate him up. "Now that the ogre is gone," Droops said to himself, "this castle will make a very fine home for my master, for the Marcus and Caracas." The king was most impressed by the handsome young man who owned such rich land and lived in such a magnificent castle. "He would make a fine husband for my daughter," the king said. So, the miller's son and the princess, and Droops lived happily ever after. Now everyone has heard of the Marcus and Caracas.